Last time we checked on the Sacramento Kings, interim coach Alvin Gentry started out a press conference in just his fourth game by apologizing to everyone, all the fans. He started his presser by saying, "Hey, Sacramento Kings, you deserve better. Sorry for this bullshit." Which is funny because they don't really deserve much better because they've never really had much better. So how, though, we're checking in, we're just dropping in like a little parachuter. How are things going a few weeks later? Turns out not great. Currently, they have a defensive rating of 113.1. That's atrocious. An offensive rating of 108.9. For those who need to go to math school, they are giving up more points than they are putting up on the board, which is a recipe for losing. Moreover, as you might imagine, they are 2-7 in their last 9, given how that whole thing works. The last time this team went 2-7, guess what? They fired their head coach. So, ruh-roh. You know who probably knows that little factoid? My man Alvin Gentry, that's who. He probably knows. And if we go by his press conference after a particularly embarrassing 127-102 loss to the Memphis Grizzlies, he has now reached a new, because he was already at I don't give a fuck. He's at a new I don't give a fuck level. It's like you thought that you were in the basement, but then, oh man, we've got like a nuclear camp point for you to just hide out in. It gets lower than that. He cares less than you would think. This is what he said.
It's the most disappointing I've been in 34 years in the NBA. I can honestly say that performance was absolutely ridiculous. We didn't play hard. We didn't compete. We gave up 19 offensive rebounds for, 37 points or some astronomical figure. We didn't guard the ball. We didn't guard screening roles. We didn't follow the game plan. All of those things. And to be honest with you, it's the most disappointing game that I've been involved with. No competitiveness whatsoever. And then we got those guys out there talking about, when you have.
He said, yeah, and he literally just waved his hand out.
Just go ahead, ask questions. That's fine, because I don't want to get into it anymore. I think anybody out there that watched the game understand that performance right there was absolutely, it was just ridiculous. I don't know any other words to use because we didn't compete and we didn't do anything. We didn't move the basketball. We didn't attack them.
He said, I don't want to say anything more. And he just continues for another minute.
Simple plays today. And we didn't guard them at all. So, yeah, I'm totally disappointed, and everybody in this building should be disappointed.
Alvin, were you able to?
He said, "I'm not going to say anything more. You can ask questions because I don't want to." And then he just continues. We didn't do anything. We didn't guard the ball. Like, we just let them do whatever they want. We were just dummies out there. We just crash test dummies, just standing around like cones, like little orange basketball training cones in the form of moving human beings. It's like when the random guy who played at Wichita State couldn't get into the league. He's now an assistant coach, and he has that little foam piece, and he hits you with it when you're trying to draw contacts. That's what they were, just like kind of like tapping them, letting them get the rebound, doing whatever. It's unreal. This is unreal. I'm going to make a bold prediction, though. I don't think Alvin Gentry is going to be the head coach for the Sacramento Kings long term. Like, I just don't see it happening. I don't see it's a fit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he wants to be there, and I don't think the team necessarily wants him there either. I don't even know if they know what they want. So I did a little math school. Alvin Gentry has head coached 1,122 games. He has been a part of roughly 2,870 NBA games. That's 35 times 82, not even including any playoff games. I would imagine you shouldn't even count play because there's no chance that a playoff game was this embarrassing. But he says, with no hyperbole, out of 2,870 NBA games, this one is the most embarrassing game I have ever been a part of. It's this one. This one where we did nothing. It's bad in Sacramento, man. I feel so bad for the Kings people. They're like not even sure. People are not even sure whether the Kings are a real team anymore. If you Google Sacramento Kings, the first thing outside of NBA.com and Wikipedia, the first thing outside of those two, literally the first non-official Twitter NBA link is the Google question, do the Sacramento Kings still exist? Swear to God. So what is the immediate future hold for the Kings? Oh, and by the way, so let Tyrese Halliburton, he's going to sum it up. He's going to sum this up.
What was your view of yesterday and just some of the tough criticisms that your coach had for you? Alex, can you duck? Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, disappointing, frustrating, obviously, to lose, and obviously lose in that fashion. It's just in a rough spot right now, and coach is going to let us hear about that, and he's a part of this too. So definitely his frustrations come out as well. So I mean, what can you do except getting here today, work hard in practice, and be ready to go tomorrow? Because like we always talk about, the league just moves so fast. Like these couple losses in a row can turn on you real quick.
That was his first game back, and he comes out with some comments about most disappointed he's been in 30-something years of coaching. I mean, how does that type of thing kind of land with you guys when even when pride is kind of being called out a bit?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to say to that, honestly. He has his feelings as the head coach of our team, rightfully so. That's how he feels. He's very frustrated. We lost by 50 last year, so that's definitely the worst experience of my basketball career. So I can't say last night was number one for me. But obviously, we need to be better, and obviously there are parts in our game and us as a team that have to be better. And
Fam, he said, listen, I know he believes it was the most embarrassing loss in 35 years, but we did lose by 50 last year. I mean, it's not the worst. Listen, if you're embarrassed by that, let me introduce you to October 10th, 2020, when we lost 140-90 against the Utah Jazz. I forget what the number was, but it was 50. Right. The number is 50. Listen, you've only been here 1 year, Alvin. You don't know how low we can go. How low can you? Listen, the depth of our mediocrity does not stop here. Right. Like, you are in. There's more games. There is 55 more games left. Who knows? Maybe we'll break a new record. And it's like, we played for Luke Walton for 3 years. What do you think it was like? Like, what do you think the deficits looked like? And the competition and inspiration and fire that came out of our soul was like playing for Luke fucking Walton. His dad's high on TV all the time. That's the only reason he's around, is because his dad played for the Portland Trailblazers, legend, and gets high now on national TV as a college basketball broadcaster. Like, this is not even a top 20 bad performance for the Sacramento Kings. So, Alvin Gentry, you are in for a very long ride. That is all the time that we have for the Heat Check. We will be back Friday morning, early squirrely, with a new episode. Thank you for listening. Do not forget to download, to subscribe, to tell all your friends, every damn one of them. I love giving NBA tea and news and breaking it down however I can serve you. So please follow us on social at This Heat Check, at Trysta Krick on TikTok, and we will see you Friday, knuckleheads.